Just during this time that the Valeria forces had arrived, consisting of various warriors of men and women of untold amounts of power, came to invade Utopia. As they came from out of nowhere, to be honest. And the head generals were Kleiner, who was once a part of the Shenandoah group, but decided to be neutral. And Kandin Batalakhan, the son, the late King Batalakhan, during the age of Anjoska, they decided to be neutral, and Colonial would be Kirstner's rival, one of Kirstner's rivals moving forward. As for the rest of the Valerian forces, as Kirstner and Gondine were fighting all in the place, the Valerians went to invade Utopia, the main capital area of the planet, where Toastmaster and the Blanca people and a bunch of different other powers and Utopians fought against Valerian, but the Valerians were too much for them, and they were wiped out. And the Valerians were in perfect harmony, so they cut down like whole half of the population of the planet and let the next half wander in the forest, and they built a whole new Valerian city, and the world was cast into eternal night as they wait for their Lord, perfection, to come. Embodiment of good and evil fused together to form a new third option. The Valerian's founder, Damien Rockefeller, who was a magazine and right hand to the Prince Vaughn, who was of the Avion, the founder of the main villain of the second universe, which was formed when the Avion went back in time, changed history, got the arm of God and virtue, put in him, resurrect him. The Avion went from all women to women and men, etc., etc., all that good stuff. So they previously came in another way as he draw people from time and space, Sharon, Bilderun, all kind of people, and in order to rule over them, to prepare for perfection. But he was defeated by the divine mind of the entire universe. After that, they all lived in peace and harmony until the time came again, and they went back to their original time, not knowing that all of them once lived in peace, and thus the wars between the different powers continued. Anyway, and as for Caroline, me and Betty was going around the forest, living alone in the country, away from people. That's what he wanted. Not knowing the power that deep down inside him was given to him from his birth for a very special purpose, to help defeat this perfection that was to come. As Cardine and Kirstner realized what was happening, those two decided to call a truce in their battle and went to crush the Valerians, seeing that Valeria was both their enemy. And so Cardine went one direction in the left part of the world, Kirstner in the right part of the world, and they fought off the many heroes and officers and troops of the Valerian forces until they reached the city of the Eternal Night, where Kirstner faced his rival Colonia, who was responsible for killing all his forces and Toastmaster on them. And Colonia met him in the city, and there was the center building, the tallest building. Colonia was standing on top, and Colonia was like, he's gonna dive down and kill him. And then Kirstner leap onto the building, started running on top of the building, and the two clashed and started to do As for Dean, Emmanuel Carter, Metallicon, and the two Gardenian type people fought off against one another in a duel on the other side of the city. Both paths were leading to the same person. And anyway, it was necessary for these two to be defeated in order for their end to come. And then Kirsten overcame Colonia, Cardine overcame Carter. They made it talk, and perfection and all this whiteness and glory. Everything on him was white, basically. It's like he was just a white being until he turned gray. It was the perfect balance of good and evil. And he came and told them, see, look, my existence has proven fruitful. Both good and evil are working together to oppose me. There is indeed a middle, and I've led you both to salvation. Gardine was like, screw you, screw good, I'm going to do whatever I want, I'm going to kill you and take your power. Chris was like, no, I'm going to restore Utopia, I'm going to save the universe, and I'm going to stop you. And so good and evil decided to work together, defeat Gorderia, and like none of the attacks was working, like his perfection was like perfect and immortal and nothing to hurt him. And then Kirsten was like on verge up, but however, Gardine starts speaking some rubbish and trash and causing perfection get angry and causing, perfection to lean one side towards anger and hate and evil and not centered. And Kirsten was trying to attack him, then they attacked them. Then they realized perfection's weakness was emotional. So once they get him to turn emotional into one side and the other, then he could be hurt. And so they worked their way this way, and they nearly defeated him. But perfection, his true power, which knocked both of them back. Both men now exhausted, don't know what to do, and was on the verge of ruin. At the same time, Cantine had arrived to the city, being led by the Holy Spirit, to destroy this abomination that had come. Cantine was told by an angel this would cause. He used his guns in this special attack that would knock perfection out of his perfect form and turn back the demon Rockefeller. So Cantine was lifted up atop the building where they were just before perfection can lay the finishing blow. Candace like, feel my gun, and he said, the old blaster saw rain, and then out of his two guns came this one mighty big bullet of power and majesty that was touched from heaven itself and destroyed perfection and pushed him off the building to the other side of the building. And then after that, perfection turned back to being Rockefeller, Kalim Metallicon, and Colonial, respectively. And then the three of them gonna fought the three of them. Then the three heroes, Clementine, Cardine, Kirsten fought the three down there and defeated them, defeated one area, and that was the end of that. After that, Damien appeared, the mighty elder, right? And he was subdivided between his light half and his dark half. His dark half met with Gardine down the dimensions, as the dimensions had not returned. And Kirsten, the light one, new light, went down after them to destroy him. And so the light one would be the only true Damien. So, and Caratine is back, left back in this world to roll on. And the universe took some time to heal. And during the years of healing, the color rose, colossal powers rose, different powers rose. And looks like the final leg of this story was about to begin.